So last I had stopped. Okay.
Recording in progress.
The different species, different plants of the same family. Some are of the same family who have common genes, but mostly these species belong to different families. So certain types of plants which you will find here, not the native plant. Okay? They have been migrated, they have been brought some and been planted here. So
Recording in progress.
try to properly cold place, it will be possible. So environment affects the soil of the species. The variety and richness of all the plants and animal species at different scale in space, that is local plants. For example, you will find mangoes. They are available in many parts of India. They are fruits which are available in Maharashtra, Karnataka, and they are also available in Goa, Mangalore. But they are of different types. They are of different shapes. They are of different sweetness. They are of different colors. So you will find that though they belong to the same family, certain genes are same, but they do differ from each other, and that is the diversity. Okay. Similar with the animals, they are of different species at different scale in space. Local, regional, country wise, you won't find kangaroo in India, but kangaroos are native of the Australia. We know that. Likewise, on the global scale, various types of ecosystem also exist, and both in the terrestrial as well as aquatic. In fact, aquatic marine life, we do not even know many species which exist because they survive at different levels. They have different depths of water, and man has not been able to go beyond a certain depth. So we can only speculate and estimate that there are more than a million types of species in the ocean, and we know only few of them, few thousands. Okay, so that is the biodiversity. If you see, then what is sustainability? Sustainable development implies to use of resources in a managed way as to provide resources for the future generation. Like, for example, if I start using coal and exhaust the coal production, I mean, the coal mining and all, then there will be nothing left for the future generation. And fossil fuels, as you know, takes thousands of years to be formed under the crust of the earth. For example, oil also. So these have to be used uh, conservatively so that we can um, save some for the future generation also. We just can't. CNG is alternate to the oil which is being used for automobiles, but oil is being used for many purposes. CNG cannot be used for all those purposes. CNG is cheaper, okay, cleaner than the burning of the oil, but it has got its own drawbacks. So, what we have done by introducing CNG, we are trying to conserve the oil, okay, and keep the value for oil to be affordable. If we keep consuming only one type of energy throughout the centuries, then that will get exhausted fast, it will get depleted fast, and it will become expensive because the shortage will make it expensive. Now, what we are trying to do is sustain it by introducing more alternative energies or renewable energies, so that our future generation can also be able to use it. Now, there are two schools of thoughts on this. The new generation, the lifestyle they use, the way they use electricity, the way they use all the consumables, they don't think about the future. Okay, because their argument is that just like we found some renewable energy or alternate energy, the future generation will find something else. Okay, so why bother about that? Which is true. You cannot say they are wrong. But till the time we find something which is constructive, cheaper, and of the same value and strength, then we have to live a sustainable life. Okay. Why do we need to study the environment? Very important. How many of you have even thought of uh, doing BSc in environmental science? Nobody. Okay. And how many colleges do offer these courses? Very few. That is because there is no demand. If there is demand, everybody will start these courses to earn money. So we have awareness ka time chala gaya hai. Like without water you cannot survive, without air you cannot survive, because oxygen which is required for our survival is in the air. Soil, yes, the soil also needs water and air, so they are interconnected. Okay, the soil quality will become so bad if water quality is bad and air quality is bad, and ultimately what will happen, the forest will die. As it is, the thoda bahut jo forest bacha hai, they are getting destroyed because of erosion, because of fire, wildfires. And to conserve this, see, a tree which takes say 10-15 years to grow tall, and just because of one fire it gets destroyed in a day, that is a sad part. Can you even think of it? 10-15 साल का investment goes down in one day if there is a forest fire. That's a fast way of depleting. But quality of soil becoming bad and the forest depleting is the slow suicide. And same with air and water. Without them, life itself would be impossible. We have to understand that. Natural resources are limited in nature and continue to shrink. The main problem is the population. If you talk about India, the population is so much that the exploitation of resources is too much, and depletion is taking faster because everybody wants to. See, for example, watermelon, papayas, these grapes, all these were seasonal fruits when I was growing up as a child. We used to get during certain months of the year only. Today, you go to the market, they are available throughout the month, throughout the year. How is that possible? One is you export from some other country where they grow in a different time. Second is you make a hybrid version of them and grow them in greenhouse. So you can grow them throughout the year, but the quality is not that. The ones which were seasonal were much more nutritious and much more tastier. The ones which are available throughout the year, they look like manufactured, and they have the same. One thing is there, the consistency will be there. If you make a sweet hybrid, it will be sweet. So you will find a lot of apples which sometimes are not sweet. They are having hardly any taste. Some are even sour at times. Okay. But California apples, have you heard of these Californian red dictator, cherry red? They are always sweet and they have a consistent amount of pulp in it. because they're manufactured, they're grown in a controlled environment. Okay. I don't know the pros and cons of this, whether they are good or bad, I cannot tell you that. But they're consistent. Yes, Tushar.
Kashmir also had sir that time.
Yeah, exactly. They even look same. Okay. Their sizes are also same. Their color and shape is also same. So I don't know. I have been told that fruits which are not very sweet, you must have those. Fruits which are very sweet, they may be bother so much about our thinking about is that natural resources are depleting. Demand is more. So obviously adulteration will creep into it. So idea is to make understand that we have to consume these in a sustainable manner. Almost every act of you, every act, underline this word, every act of act. Now you will argue that if I'm sleeping, how will it cause effect to the environment? Can you think of रात को तुम सो गए 12 घंटा सो गए 8 घंटा सो गए 9 hours 10 hours, is it going to cause any harm to the environment? Not directly, but yes, indirectly. When you sleep, you're going to put the fan on, okay? Otherwise, you'll put good night on, or in very hot climate, you'll put AC on. If it is cold, then you'll put heater on. All these are consuming energy. Where is the energy coming from? By burning the fuel. Burning the fuel is causing harm to the environment. So every action of yours, even when you go to the toilet, that is also harming the environment because the uh, uh, sanitary system has to work for you to successfully go to the toilet and come back. Okay. In the urban areas, this sanitary system is taken for granted. In the rural areas, those plants, what you call it as water treatment plants, are not there. They go to the septic tank. So think about any action which does not cause any effect to the environment. Solid waste, water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution, etc. And these have all ill effect on human health. When the water gets polluted or air gets polluted, who's going to get affected by that? Human beings, animals, flora, fauna, everything. So what you do is going to boomerang against you. Okay. If you don't take care of solid waste, it is going to boomerang. Your air will get polluted. Air will get polluted. Water will get polluted. Water will get polluted. You need water and air to survive. It will have an ill effect on your own health. Individual efforts together with the public and also government action are needed to protect our environment from furthermore degradation and safeguarding. What can you do individually? Okay, we always say government is not doing this, government is not doing that. So we know government is not going to do also because we elect such idiots. Okay, we elect illiterate people to rule us, to make laws. How is that government going to think about any of the part of the environment? Unless the international pressure is there, we don't even sign a paper. We don't even make a policy. Forget about implementing it. So I don't know how many of you know about this one story where anybody from Mumbai here in this class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you must be knowing Juhu Beach. This Juhu Beach was
Yes, sir.
polluted. Lot of
Yes.
kachra used to come, not because people were littering it. It was also coming from the sea, okay, by the waves. So one individual, he started cleaning the beach in the morning during the time of the walk or jogging. A lot of people come to that beach. It is a long stretch. So they come for walking over there, jogging over there, exercising, just for strolling also and get some fresh air. They notice this guy working every day for few hours, cleaning the beach. Okay. And then slowly his wife also joined him. And people started noticing and they started asking him, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm doing my bit." And all those people, not all, but most of them who were coming, they were all working class. This guy was also working, but he spared his time instead of jogging or walking, he was doing cleaning. उसका exercise भी हो रहा था, beach भी clean हो रहा था. People followed him. On Sundays, people were they gave up walking and jogging and they used to work with him. And then it became a group and they successfully cleaned. And then it became headlines in the newspaper. Then the government woke up from their deep slumber. They started seeing, "Arey, idhar to apna naam kharab ho jayega if we don't intervene in this." So they started also helping him. Funds were raised by these people without the help of the government. Funds were raised for getting the trucks because kachra ab bahut jama ho raha hai. More people are collecting it. So trucks, then tools for cleaning. And if you go and see now today, I have not been there for a long time, but if somebody is living nearby, you will be knowing the difference between what it was earlier. And I believe they are still doing it. They are maintaining it after cleaning it thoroughly. So this was one man's idea. He started without thinking what the government will do and why others are not doing. His wife joined him and others joined him. And now it's a big group. I think it's a club. And in other beaches where people, I want to start it as taking his opinion and his ideas. Okay. Have you come across this story?
Yes,
Because
sir.
it doesn't show up like prime time news on the channel, Objective of this course, which course? This environmental studies, is to develop a concern for our environment. Okay. I told you the other day, my son wants to do BSc in environmental science. There are only 2 colleges offering this in whole of Pune, where there are more than 2,000 colleges. Okay. Pune is supposed to be a hub, Saraswati of India बोलते हैं उसको. उधर खाली 2 college BSc in environment science offer कर रहे हैं. One is Ferguson College and the other is Pune University. Others, nobody is offering this. Yes, Bharati Vidyapeeth is offering PhD in environmental science. तुम बैचलर नहीं ऑफर करोगे तो PhD तक कैसे पहुंचेगा आदमी? Sometime back they were offering MSc also. Just before the class I was seeing MSc भी नहीं दिख रहा आजकल उसमें. So objective is to develop a concern for environment. Concern, not awareness. Awareness था पहले, अभी भी है, but actual requirement is to develop a concern. Begin to act at your own level to protect the environment we all live in. So what you can do? I want you, each one of you, to write at least 5 points what you can do to protect the environment. You will say, okay, tell me one thing where our government has acted upon protecting the environment. Anybody knows any example? They have done. It's not that they have not done. Have you even thought about it? Ever? Any one thing? No? Suppose you buy a land and there are trees on that land. Yeah. Tell me.
If there are many old houses, so if there is a tree, very old tree, like 50, 60 years, then you cannot cut that tree. You have to take permission and you can cut the branches of the tree, but you can't cut the whole tree.
So yes, exactly.
In Dehradun,
That's not only Dehradun, that is all over India, that rule is there. About up to certain age, okay, trees can be cut without permission. Above certain age, you cannot cut the trees without the permission from the municipal corporation. Okay. And when you apply for permission, there are a lot of formalities and it takes years to get you permission. So what they do is they bribe the people, get the permission, and with this somehow they cut the tree. And when somebody is cutting the tree, suppose तुम्हारे घर के बाजू में एक पेड़ था 10 साल से, and somebody comes and cuts the tree, okay, because he wants to make a house over there, he has bought the land. Are you going to go and ask him, भाई क्यों काट रहा है तुमने? वो ये जमीन मेरा है, मैंने खरीदा है, तू कौन है? Are you going to ask them? Very simple question. Yes or no? If we are not going to ask them, they will keep doing it. Okay, they will not even go for the permission. If at all they have to go for the permission, they will bribe and get it cut. In the name of urbanization, a lot of these things are happening. People who are supposed to use not for any plots, any non-agriculture plots. कभी सुना है? So land is meant for agriculture. Okay. Now, if you want to make a residential, it have to be in the residential zone. If it is in the green zone, then you cannot make residential area over it. You see, a lot of farmers are selling their land to the builders. The developers, what they do is they buy land at very cheap price, 100 rupees square feet. Okay. What they do, they go and bribe the people who are at a position where they can allow them to make it, convert it into non-agricultural land on the name of urbanization, development. When they get this done to non-agriculture, they have to buy a lot of money. And the cost of that land, 100 rupees per square feet, has now gone to 500 rupees square feet. Because a lot of money was paid. Apart from the official fees, a lot of bribe was paid. Now the developer wants to make his own money. So he will sell it. He'll make it into small plots. Okay, register them with Maharera, Maharashtra RERA, and then he will sell it to individuals. Now the cost has gone to 1500 per square feet. सब कुछ अच्छा हो गया. I was happy. He got 100 rupees per square feet. Okay. He was not, he had to work hard, cultivate, sell the crop, and he used to get 50 rupees a kg of maybe a quintal of potato or onions. So he is happy, he has sold it, he's got money. Now he wants to go to the urban area with that. Have you seen your maid servants in your house? Where have they come from? In the metro cities, people living in metro cities or even developed cities. Your maids are coming from the rural areas. They when I asked my maid, she was cribbing about थी हमारे यहाँ हम फ्री में खाते थे, यहाँ पे 30 रुपया का एक जोड़ी मिलता है इतना सा. I said, why the hell did you come here? You were happy there. Why the hell did you come here? यहाँ पे आके you have bought a one-room kitchen house and in that people living. Why can't you live in your own house they said the education is not good. There are schools which are not maintained. There are no teachers. The teachers are not competent. So our children don't get good education. They want to change their future of their children. They think that if they educate them, they will also work in the office, in the call center, and they will become CEO, which is true. You know, the kids of these maids, drivers, watchmen, they are doing very good academically. आए दिन तुम व्हाट्सएप पर पढ़ते होगे रिक्शा चलाने का फर्स्ट आया बोर्ड एग्जाम. Are you getting this WhatsApp news? Yes or no? Nobody is getting?
Facebook, sir.
Facebook, WhatsApp, they are all same thing, connected to each other. वही तो हो रहा है. फेसबुक से उठा के व्हाट्सएप पे डाल दो, व्हाट्सएप से उठा के फेसबुक पे डाल दो, यही चलता है. I think that Instagram is also connected with it. So why is that? Because they want to change their standard of living. People like you, people like my kids, they don't want to. They already got good standard of living. They don't have much pressure. उनको लाइफस्टाइल चेंज नहीं करना है, सब कुछ तो मिल रहा है बैठे बैठे. So why work hard? Why stress yourself? These guys are desperate. They want to prove it. They want to change lifestyle. They don't want to live in poverty. They want to help their parents. The children want to see their parents live a good life. They want to work hard. They are doing very good academically. Why? Because of the background. So these parents are ready to sell their land and move towards urban areas so that their children's future becomes good. Now, ulta bhi ho raha hai. People living in the urban area, they have a second home somewhere in the rural area. Farmhouse, holiday home. Are you aware of these things? Why? Because they want to live in the close to the nature, in a cleaner air, in a place where they can feel good, away from all the stress. No towers giving signals to your mobile or laptop. So the people living in urban area are traveling towards the village area, and after retirement, they say we are going to settle there only. People living in rural area want to go to urban area for the betterment of their children's education. Movement हो रहा है, buying and selling हो रहा है. Villager is selling his land. Who is buying finally? Is the person from urban area who is buying a holiday home over there to make his bungalow. Buying and selling हो रहा है, बीच में पैसा कौन कमा रहा है? The builder, the developer. Because if you go directly and try to buy a land from the farmer and you try to convert it into any plot, you will not be able to, because you are going to expose that chain of corruption. You will become fed up and you will give up. They will harass you so much. ये पेपर नहीं है, वो पेपर नहीं है, आज इधर से कोर्ट का ये लेके आओ, वो लेके आओ, इसका एनओसी ला, उसका एनओसी ला. So in doing this, what is happening? Even the rural areas are now getting polluted. Second thing, the objective of the course is to begin to act at your own level. So what you can do, I want all of you to give me at least 5 points from your side where you can protect the environment on your own. Planting of more trees, not polluting the water, all this. Government ne rules banaya, but rules are not implemented. They are more stricter for getting more bribe. values of nature, productive value, aesthetic value. We go to hill stations. Why do we go spend thousands of rupees to and go to hill station? Any idea? Have you thought about it? Have you been to hill stations? Have you gone on a holiday? Or you have been brought up in four walls? Are you listening? Can you hear me or are you asleep?
To get little bit of peace and
Who
have
told
some
you?
family time.
You tell me one thing. You are in Dehradun, Tushar.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you have to come to a hill station. You have to go to, say, uh, uh, Manali.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How will you travel?
By car or by bike, jeep.
Okay, by road you are going to travel. So somebody has to drive the vehicle and then
Yes,
reach there. You may have to do a pre-booking on the hotel because season ka time hai, so you may
yes,
not. Okay, all these formalities you are doing. You are going there, staying for a few days, and coming back.
yes, sir.
So, what did you achieve by doing this? That is what my question is.
Sir, breaking the regular routine and just going out
Exactly,
to enjoy.
exactly. So, to break the regular routine, you have to spend thousands of rupees,
Yes, sir.
and it becomes a vicious circle. The need for regular routine आया क्यों? क्योंकि you want to earn a lot of money. अब तुम पैसा कमा रहे हो किसके लिए? मनाली के होटल वाले के लिए, पेट्रोल पंप वाले के लिए. Why do you want to lead a life where you will require such a break which will cost you so much? I am not a very modern thought process guy. I think very conservatively. And this thinking has changed now. I see both parents working to earn money, make a career out of their education, which was given to them by their parents. The parents worked hard so that their children could get educated to pay their fees, to look after them till the time they start earning, and give them books, clothes, जो भी है खर्चा जो भी होता है नॉर्मल पढ़ाई करने के. Parents had to work hard. Some you took loan. Some of your parents must have taken loan. For what? So that their children get educated. अब चिल्ड्रन के ऊपर प्रेशर है कि भाई हम एजुकेटेड है, हमको कमाना पड़ेगा. So they take a job. They get so busy in the job that then what they do to look after their own children, they keep maids. खाना नहीं पका सकते बिकॉज ऑफिस का टाइम पहचाना है तो खाना पकाने वाली को रख दो. बच्चों को नहीं देख सकते तो बच्चे नैनी रख दो. अच्छा उनको स्कूल कौन पहुंचाएगा? तो एक ड्राइवर रख दो. So are you working to pay these people? Can you not earn a little less money and do these jobs on your own? Anyways, you are paying them. This is the question mark. People don't think about it. So, in doing all these things, race which you call it, people knowingly and unknowingly have no time for to think about the environment or even enjoy the nature, aesthetic value of the nature. For example, I'm on a ship. I'm the captain of the ship. I'm passing between the two mountains, ice-capped mountains. My ship is moving at a speed of 10 knots. I have a pilot on board. this area is the sixth most beautiful places in the world. That is British Columbia in Canada. Very romantic, picturesque scenery in front of me, but I'm tensed. I cannot enjoy that scenery because I'm on a ship. This ship is my responsibility. What if the steering fails in this narrow estuary? What if the engine fails? My ship will get grounded. There is another ship coming from the opposite direction. I have to make sure that the collision does not take place. Can I enjoy the nature at that time?
No, sir.
So I have to spend money and go on a cruise ship where I am not the master to enjoy this nature. Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to say? That the man is the most foolish animal in this world. And then there is recreational value. Water sports are there. You can use nature for recreation. And option values. We'll see each one of them one by one. So, productive values of the nature. Biotechnology is fast advancing modern world. It is the productive value of the modern nature. Nature has species which contain an incredible and uncountable number of complex chemicals. These chemicals are raw material and can be used for developing new medicines and industrial products. So we can exploit these chemicals. Homeopathic medicine has become popular now. It was, where did it started? Anybody? Any idea? General knowledge? होम्योपैथिक मेडिसिन खाते हो कि नहीं खाते?
Yes, sir.
क्यों खाते हो? क्या जरूरत है खाने की? तुमको मेडिसिन खाने की क्या जरूरत है इस उम्र में? Because your parents think so. They want to borrow. Same story. My house, nothing different is there. Everybody is popping the sweet pills. क्यों मालूम? And the people who want to popping these sweet pills because their immunity has gone down. They are dependent on these pills. For that matter, any medicine. I'm not talking about homeopathic medicine. Homeopathic medicine doesn't work. That is a different story. Okay. My thought is not follow this. I am the one who goes and brings for them. They call the doctor. I go and bring, but I don't have faith in even one of those pills. Say long. It takes time for it to affect. Maybe. उतना टाइम है कि हमारे पास. एंड जब प्रॉब्लम होती है तब एलोपैथी लेना पड़ता है, होम्योपैथी काम नहीं आते. There is no side effect of homeopathy. There are no studies done for that. How will you know the side effect? The research is not done. The people who invented these are the Germans. उधर ही नहीं चलता ये मेडिसिन, बाकी इंडिया में सबसे ज्यादा चलता. So what I am trying to say is, it is coming from nature, especially homeopathic. They are extracted from these plant. These chemicals are used as raw material for medicines and industrial products. Now, if this product becomes popular, then there will be more demand. If the demand is more and supply is less, adulteration will take place. It's law of nature. Duplicate सामान आने लगेगा market. These is happening rapidly, and hence these species might become extinct in near future. We are not only talking about animals when we talk about extinct species. There are also plants which have been exploited. Teak wood. आज के जमाने में teak wood मिलता नहीं. मिलता है तो बहुत expensive because they are not many in number. Hence, there is an urgent need to protect these species. Eucalyptus trees are becoming extinct. Why? Every medicine you will find eucalyptus oil is there. कौन से medicine में anybody knows eucalyptus oil? Any pain medicine, external application, all of your Move, Iodex, Rally spray, they all have a typical smell. Have you noticed that? What is that smell? Eucalyptus oil. What does this oil do? It is a mild anesthetic effect. Mild anesthetic effect. Do you understand what do you mean by anesthetic effect? It numbs that part of your body for some time. So if you have pain in your knee, you apply eucalyptus oil, it will numb that part. So your sensory organs will be numb. You won't feel the pain, you feel thick again. And then after a few hours, again the pain starts. Again you apply. So now these are used in medicines which are meant for suppressing the pain along with other chemicals. Instant relief कैसे मिलेगा? ठीक रहेगा फटाफट जोड़ों पे स्प्रे लगाओ और वापस दौड़ रहा है एथलीट. कैसे दौड़ रहा है? एनेस्थेसिया लिए. Common sense, rational thinking has lost its power from the human beings. Ad में बताया एथलीट को चोट लगी, he has applied the spray and now he is again running fast. क्रिकेट खेल रहे. सबने देखा, अरे वाह, इंस्टेंट इफेक्ट है, बहुत अच्छे. So, protection of these species by individual or group efforts. Urgent need to protect these species. Which species? Which are extinct. You must have heard about extinct species. Endangered species. Endangered means they are on the verge of extinction. Extinct species means they are out. They are no more present. Aesthetic and recreational value of nature. Nature encompasses every aspect of living, biodiversity, flora, fauna, and non-living sea, forest, desert part of the earth. So different landscapes, sea, forest, desert, living, non-living, flora, fauna. There's a diversity in each of these species. Nature enlives our existence on earth. Developing national parks, we do that. Wildlife sanctuaries, relatively undisturbed areas. These are the efforts put by government for what? Protecting the environment. Enjoy the wilderness, nature tourism or wildlife tourism, pleasurable experience, and also creates a deep respect and love for nature. Urban setting, there will be green spaces. Every town planning in certain acres of land, compulsory, the rule by the government is there should be a green patch. That means a park होना चाहिए, a garden होना चाहिए. Initially plan में बनता है उतना garden, okay. 20,000 स्क्वायर फीट का गार्डन होना है, बनेगा 10,000 का, बाकी का 10,000 बिल्डर को सेल कर देगा. Can you imagine a school being given permission without a playground? People in Mumbai, Pune must have even gone to those schools where they don't have playgrounds. How many of you did not have a playground of your school? There were no permission given to the school if they didn't have a playground. It's compulsory. My son went to a school in Pune where it have a playground. So how was the permission given? They found a loophole. They got themselves attached to Aliwadi Stadium. प्लेग्राउंड में ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगा, फुटबॉल फील्ड होगा, वहीं पे तुम्हारा एनुअल डे सेलिब्रेट होगा, वहीं पे तुम्हारा परेड भी होगा, वहीं पे तुम्हारा पासिंग आउट सेरेमनी भी होगा प्लेग्राउंड में. और खेलने के लिए आइदर यू प्ले बास्केटबॉल, फुटबॉल. स्टेडियम यू हैव एक्सेस टू साइकिल, फुटबॉल, हॉकी, बास्केटबॉल, स्विमिंग, सारे स्पोर्ट्स. But how many times were taken to the stadium? Twice in a year. So school got permission by doing at least not often. So dwellers and provide aesthetic value and visual appeal to people. It also give access to certain amount of peace and tranquility. Has anybody been to Hyde Park in UK or Stanley Park in Canada? Anybody from Hyderabad? Very strange. Okay, the option values, the last one of the nature. Day-to-day activities have adverse impact on nature's integrity. We know that. Present generation's lifestyle and economics are based on unsustainable pattern which can lead to destruction of biodiversity and will leave nothing for future generation. I told you about the two schools of thought. One school of thought is this sentence, second point. And the other school of thought is that why do we need to sustain? The next generation will find their own ways. They will find alternate energies. They will find renewable energies. Option value, nature provides us with option to utilize its resources, which we can use either greedily, destroy its integrity and long-term values, or sustainably and reduce our impact on the environment. You know the story of sparrows being vanishing from the urban areas. Sparrow bird का नाम है, सुना है क्या कभी?
Yes, sir.
So they are vanishing out there. I don't find any sparrows in my area. I have not seen them. But in Tolani Maritime Institute, the sparrows are still there. The reason given is the mobile towers. Anybody knows why the sparrows go run away from these mobile towers? Other birds are there. मैना है, कबूतर तो नहीं चाहिए उतने हैं, कौवे हैं. Then I can see some birds which I had never seen. The Asian bee eater I can see today nowadays. Then there's one Bharat all of them. What is different? बाकी सब तो सेम है. बाकी के birds क्यों नहीं भागते? What only the sparrows are vanishing away from the urban area? The reason for that. Each one of you will complete this assignment. Okay. And once you complete it, you will submit it. So we can use either greedily destroy the integrity and long-term values of the option values, or you can use it sustainably. Allow us to use its resource sustainably and preserve its goods and services for the future. Okay. For the future, we as Indians should be more bothered than anybody else for the future, because we have the youngest population in the world. Are you aware of that also?
Yes,
We are, China is the most populated country, but the population is not youngest. Our population in numbers and age is quite younger and more. So this young population, which is in billions, can it be given good food, education, and right kind of health? So then if that is possible, then our country will become a superpower. There's no reason to believe so. You go to Australia, you go to New Zealand, you will find the stevedots. Stevedots are the people who come on board to discharge and load cargo. They are in excess of 60 years of age. You go to Japan, the pilots which come on ship to guide the ship to the harbor are in excess of 80 years of age. 80 साल का पायलट हमारे यहाँ तो 60 में ही रिटायर हो जाते थे, because we can afford to. Our demands are less. Japan is one of the most expensive country. Children cannot support their parents, so the parents have to work till the age of 80. Need for public awareness. This we'll do next time. Till then, we got some few more minutes. Can you ask me questions or doubts if you have any? No questions? No doubts? Very good. Absentees. Let me go to your division 2 or 1?
Two, sir.
2. Today is 1, 4. Okay. Om Priyam, are you present or absent? Parth Chaturvedi, present or absent?
Sir, he is present. He is facing some network issues.
I don't care. If you can't answer me, you are absent.
Sir,
43. Pala Aryan Hitendra.
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Paras Raj Singh, 44. Patil Nilesh Prakash, 45. Piyush Kumar. 47, Piyush Singh.
Present, sir.
Pritam Kumar Dash. 48. Qureshi Abdul Ahad Abdul. बहुत बड़ा नाम है. 49. Raju Kumar 50. Ranbir 51.
Present, sir.
Ranbir, you don't have a surname?
Sir, I have Saranbir Singh.
तो क्यों नहीं लिखा है इसमें?
Sir, I am in. It is in process.